Oh, here we go. Well, there we go. We're live. We're actually live. Hello, everyone. I'm Thomas Parry, and I am joined by Rosie Jones. Hello, Rosie.
Hello. I'm really good. We're just been comparing bookcases.
Yeah, I know. Yours is very close. I like it.
Yeah. I need to be near my reading material.
Well, let me introduce why we're here. Welcome, everyone. This is for No Direction Home. This is a tour that is coming to an end on Sunday. The headline gig at the South Bank Centre, where we're being as part of their Inside Out program. I think I've got all of that right, Rosie.
You nailed it.
I nailed it. And headlining our final gig. So we have a bunch of comedians who are part of No Direction Home, who are learning their trade, starting out in their careers, performers from all different kinds of backgrounds and ability. And then we have a professional headliner to show them how it's done. And so to headline the whole tour, it's you, Rosie. You got the gig.
Yeah, I've completed comedy.
You're headlining at the South Bank Centre. There you are, you see.
That's it. It's all downhill for me.
Yeah, you've peaked too soon, mate. Peaked too soon. Well, I mean, you are. I didn't realise this when we managed to book you for the gig. I didn't realise we'd be booking such a hot property, because obviously star of stage and screen, I know you as a stand-up comedian very well, an actress, a TV host, but now a political firebrand as well.
I mean, who expected that?
Not
me. Not me.
And is it true that you're going on tour next year as a double act with Matt Hancock? Is that true? No. Okay, well, think about it.
No.
So for those of you that don't know what we're referring to, Rosie appeared on Question Time last week. And it went, I mean, you must have been pleased with how it went, right?
Yeah, and we're joking, but for me, I was cacking it. Like, I was so close to going, no, can't do it, because if you'd seen my comedy before, I talk about being disabled, but it's in no way political. Like, I'm an idiot, I'm a moron.
Yes,
so
you are, yeah.
Thank you, Tommy.
I couldn't agree more, mate. I couldn't agree more.
Thank you. But and then, as well as that, I do talk about being disabled, but I never want to speak for all disabled people, because I'm not that important. I just go on stage and I go, this is my life, and this is the world how I see it.
Yeah, of course.
But 2020, as we know, it's been a bit weird. Little bit odd. And I think it's made everyone more political. And we spend a lot of time on online doom scrolling,
Yeah.
listen to the news. So when they asked me to go on question time, I was like, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Because I do feel like disabled people aren't really being spoken about. They're being ignored by the government. So when I had that opportunity, I thought, wait a minute, I bloody know what I'm talking about. And as I say, I don't speak for all disabled people,
Yeah.
but I wanted to give them a voice.
You did, yeah.
I think I did that.
Oh, you so did that. That bit, the closing speech at the end, that clip will go down in, like, you're going to be part of question time folklore now. And like, in terms of like, you became a television event, you know, like, and for it to be Hancock of all the politicians that could have been right next to you when you gave that speech.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a really special moment.
Thank you.
Should be very proud.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it felt really weird to say all that because as a comedian in my head, I was thinking, no one's laughing.
Yeah. Where's the punchline to this? Yeah.
What can you say a joke about your tits or something? Quick, I'm dying here. Help! But no, it's interesting that sometimes a joke gotta say it and be like, you know what? This isn't funny.
Yeah. I thought it was perfect, mate. And it is going to be really interesting for you the next time you go out on tour. I think you'll have a whole part of your audience thinking, okay, here we go. We're going to get some political speeches here. And you're going to come out and talk about shitting yourself. And they're going to be like, what? Hang on.
What? No.
This is what I signed up to.
Yeah, that's the first thing I did on Twitter on Friday. Because I got loads of new followers.
Of course, yeah.
And naturally. And the first tweet I did was so stupid. It was like a horse who was also a doctor. And then you tweeted a stupid joke, so everyone knew
this is who I am.
This is what you're gonna get. You signed up to an absolute moron. Welcome.
That's perfect. I want to talk about. It's really interesting what you said. I just want to go back to a point that you said about not wanting to seem like you're speaking for all disabled people, because how can you? It really strikes a chord with me, because like a lot of the people in No Direction Home, the people who've been taking part in these workshops, are people who have come from overseas, who are refugee status and things like that. And it's very interesting because one of the things we keep coming back to in comedy is, like, say for example, someone's from Iran and wants to talk about their experience of being Iranian, but I think audiences sometimes fall in the trap of going, oh, so this is what Iranian people think, is it? And it's so, no one does that when you're a straight white male. No one goes, oh, this is what straight white males think, is it? Just because I'm the straight, like, people know that it's me and my experiences. But when you do belong to a minority, do you find that like sometimes audiences do tend to think, Oh, you're a spokesperson or something?
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's because they've never seen, for example, a disabled person doing comedy before. So because I'm the first person, they're like, oh, whatever she says is universal, but it is not. And I try to make that clear several ways. And one of them is all my jokes aren't always about being disabled.
Yeah.
Some of my jokes have been about being gay or being a woman or having annoying parents or having Brexit voting grandparents. Like, I'm exactly the same as everyone else. I just happen to talk a bit slowly. But I recognise that I have a very specific angle in life. So it would be foolish of me never to talk about being disabled because it's interesting, and more importantly, it's easier to write jokes about.
I mean, it's so true. And you're like, oh my God, you know, two of the things I try and talk about when I'm doing these workshops is like the two things you just said is one of the things, like, don't be pressured to be funny straight off the bat, because obviously when everyone's first starting, I was like, don't worry about being funny, just be interesting, because if you're being interesting, you will probably end up being funny.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's so true. And then the second thing is, like, I keep like saying to them is like, your that expression, like angle on life, I think once that clicks in your head, that's what making comedy is. It's not about just writing jokes. It's working out what is your angle on life, because your angle is different to anyone else's. And you know, no matter where you come from or what your background is, your angle is unique. But obviously you know, and like so many people in No Direction Home, you know, who've been through completely different experiences to most of their audience, you know, in some ways, comedically, it's a gift, isn't it, really?
Being a little gay disabled woman from Yorkshire, absolutely, yes, please, I will tick every box you have. And it's great because sometimes I think up a joke and I'm like, I can't say that because it's obvious someone said it before. And then I go, they probably haven't.
It's so true. It's so true. Can I ask you about when you first started then? Like, what do you remember when you first thought, well, I want to be a comedian? Was it because you loved comedy? Did you like watching comedy and that was your routine?
Yeah, well, I always love watching comedy. My mum and dad brought me up on the healthy dose of Victoria Wood, French and Saunders, Carolina Hearn, the absolute greats. But I think because of my disability, And to be a bit boring, like growing up in the 90s, not seeing myself represented on telly, I thought I like comedy. But if anyone had said, do you want to do that? I would have gone, no, I can't. Have you heard me? No. So it sounds sad, but it wasn't. I just took it as a fact that I couldn't be a comedian. So instead, I worked in television and I became a TV researcher. So I worked on panel shows because I just wanted to be near comedy.
Yeah, comedy, yeah.
And slowly, I mean, I'm slagging off comedians now.
That's what we're here for.
We're here for that.
That's what we want.
But I will be doing my job and watching the comedians. And I was like, I can do that. I can bloody do that. And actually, I think I can do that better.
What hurts is you're talking about watching me on stage here, aren't you? That's what hurts.
Yeah.
This is a bit too personal.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, who is giving Tom a job? Like, how do it's a job? And then I think a lot of my friends at the time were in TV, writers, producers, and they would say, oh, you should do it. And I think I trusted them enough that it gave me enough confidence to go, right, I'll give it a go. And I did an open mic gig.
Yeah.
And it was in a shitty little basement bar to literally 5 people. Like,
beautiful.
In hindsight, it was awful. But I went up there and I did 5 minutes and I was like, I'm in love. I love it.
Yeah.
And I just got the book, and that was 4 years ago.
Amazing.
And since then, it's gone all right.
It's not been too bad, has it? It's not been too bad. I mean,
I can afford to buy books.
We can see it. And now you're live on Facebook. Oh my God, live on Facebook. You've made it.
Here I am 4 little years later. Here I am live on Facebook.
I love that you use this. I mean, I again, it's a phrase that I think is perfect for it, which is falling in love. Like, I think those first kind of 20 gigs, especially like the first 20 or 30 gigs, it is like those relationships, or like when you fall head over heels for someone and you
Yeah.
can't stop thinking about them, you're not really hungry, you know, all you're doing is waiting until the next time you see them. That's the
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
I think most stand-up comedians who are still doing it, they
Yeah.
had that experience of like
Yeah.
falling in love.
And like in hindsight, you're like, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Because it's like, Rosie, do you want to travel to 4 hours after a 4 days at work, go to a shitty gig in Bristol, do 5 minutes when you're on the bill with 18 other people? Well, you got to stay there till the end.
Yeah.
And you got to bring a friend as well. And then you'll do 5 minutes, no one will listen to you, and then you'll stay till the end and drive a full 2 hours back for no pounds.
Nobody.
And you're like, yeah,
I'll do it.
yes, please.
It is exactly that. It's like going, I'm going to catch the megabus to Glasgow. Just got to spend 3 hours with my girlfriend, and then I'll get the megabus back, and it'll be romantic. It's like, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Mental, absolutely mental. But there's nothing else. There's nothing else like it, is there?
No,
So what? Yeah. So from your experiences of that, and from what kind, for people who are watching this, the No Direction Home guys who are watching it and things like that, have you got any? I mean, like, is there any advice that people gave you that you remember kind of taking on board, or is there any kind of something that has occurred to you? Like, I don't really know the answer to this question. The advice I'd give, like the only advice, the best advice I can give is don't stop, because like I know so many good people who stopped because it gets tough, and it's like the people who are famous now, or the people who are making a living from it, the reason they're there isn't because they were necessarily the best. It's because they didn't stop, you know.
Yeah.
And that's not very inspiring advice to give, but it's like, just don't stop. You'll get better.
Yeah, exactly. And I was gonna say, never stop writing.
Great. Yeah.
Because I think when you're starting out, you get sucked into and need a type 5.
Yeah.
It's all about my 5. And then you do that, you nail it, and then they stop writing. But the thing is, you've always got to write, watch. I'm a workaholic, really. But every single thing I do, if I'm walking to the shop, I'm looking at people, I'm thinking about things, and I'm like, is that a stand-up routine? Is that a sketch? Is she a character I can put in a sitcom?
Yeah. Or is she single?
Yeah. Is she single? Can I fuck her, please? So it's that thing of, I think even comedians at our level go, oh, I got my show and done, but you've already got your next 5 for your next set, your next show. And if you keep on writing, it's also easier because you keep warm. You never get cold. You never go, shit, I've not written a joke for 6 months.
Yeah.
No, I really like Twitter. I know it can be a cesspit.
Yes, it can.
Yeah, but I use it to my advantage.
Yeah.
And I try to write a joke, whether that be a funny observation or something, but I write a funny tweet every day and it keeps me warm.
Yeah, that's great. It's really simple advice, but it's really good advice, I think. And yeah, absolutely. It's brilliant. I mean, I agree so much. We'll have to get you to come and do a workshop because
I would love that so much.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to make that happen. And so South Bank on Sunday night. Have you gigged the South Bank before?
Yeah, I did the Women of the Wool Festival there. It was so great.
Yeah. I mean, it's the one thing. Well, it's interesting actually because we were supposed to be doing the physical tour. We were supposed to be going up and down the country. Instead, it's gone online.
Yeah.
So I like to try and bring the atmosphere of each place we would have been to.
Yeah.
That it does mean the comedians have just completed a UK tour without ever having to do a 4-hour car journey, split petrol money, eat from a service station.
Living the dream.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
I'm so jealous.
It's so true. Like no one's got drunk, no one's slept together, no one's been inappropriate. They haven't had to do any of the things that comedians normally do.
No. Before lockdown, I taught supporting our good friend Josh Woodicombe, and I would love him. But it will be me, Josh, and the tour manager, Ben, and they'll be in the back. And there'll be a time in every car journey where they got on to chatting about football. And I'm like, for God's sake, just let me do my job without talking about balls.
Exactly that. Well, when Josh is your tour support, you'll be able to submit him to the things that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Sure,
he will probably enjoy that because it will probably be a lot of boobs.
Yeah, no, that's it. I was going to say, I think I can guess what it would be. Brilliant. Well, we're gonna have to wrap this up, but I could talk to you all day about all this stuff. And thank you so much, Rosie. Thank you for headlining our gig on Sunday. We're so excited to have you on board.
Oh, I can't wait.
I mean, especially now that you are the voice of a generation. I mean,
I am. And the people's princess.
The people's princess. Well, I'm glad it's not going to your head. No, Rosie Jones, thank you so much. I'll see you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday.
Tickets are available in the link. Come along and join us, and we'll see you all on Sunday. Thank you very much.